Shocked. My immediate reaction was shock. I really wasn't ready to be a father. We weren't planning it at all, so it really was shocking. She told me around a month after she found out she was pregnant. She really didn't have any other choice. She wanted to keep it. She don't believe in abortion, neither do I, and she didn't want to put it up for adoption because her heart's not strong enough to do that. So we just decided that we wanted to keep her and just try our hardest to support her. I was afraid that my mom would be very mad at me and very disappointed. I was very scared, but I couldn't walk away. I didn't want my daughter to grow up as without a father like I did, and I had to be there for her. I tried to show her as much attention as I can. I tried looking for a job. I tried giving her as much money as I had. I tried to be there for her, and if she needed any help, I tried to provide it. Money is hard to come by. I've been trying to look for a job to support her. It's not really easy, and it's very difficult. What even made it more difficult, I got kicked out of high school for my absences, but I did get my GED, and I am trying to go to college to even to get a good job and help support her even more.
You know, I can't even imagine having my girlfriend come to me and tell me that she's pregnant. I mean, it's just so overwhelming, and it's, you know, it's funny how we all sit here and we say that, oh, of course, if I have a child, I'm definitely going to take care of it. But how many of us really will do that in the moment of truth? I mean, how much strength does that really take?
Yeah, like it's easy to say it, but it's different.
Right, exactly,
you know?
exactly.
Taking care of your child, I think that's really the right thing to do. And even though it's really hard, I think in the end it's really rewarding for everybody, you know, the kid and the rest of the family. So.
I truly believe that a parent should step up, a teen father should step up to the plate. My friend, her parents were young when they had her. They were both 19. And she respects her father for at least trying to make it work when she was a young, a baby or whatever, so.
Yeah, my uncle, he was actually a teen father when my cousin was born, and he went so far to raise his son. Like, there was a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing, and it didn't work out between him and his girlfriend, but he went above and beyond to take care of my cousin.
Yeah, sacrifice is necessary when it comes to raising a child, especially for teens when you have to let go of the teen life, and for the best interest of the baby, help raise it.
Next, we'll go back to the teens on the street and find out how they think most teenage dads are handling being fathers.
Let's check it out.
I have known a teenage father. He handled being a dad by watching the kids every day.
And he handled it pretty well. He was pretty stressed out about it, but he got over it, and he was a good father.
I've known a teenage father. He got a girl pregnant, and instead of getting an abortion, he opted to, keep the kid, and his parents actually helped him out a lot with it, so that was good for him.
I'm a teenage father, and I handle the situation is by being blessed every day that my daughter is beautiful, she's healthy, and she's just everything that I never imagined having, because she want to take care of their kid because it's great. Hard, but you got to step up to the challenge like any other thing in life. You can't just fall short in life. You got to step up to the challenge. You got to want to be the best you can be, and that's what being a father is. I love being in her life. I just love everything about being a father.
It's a lifelong thing, to bring a child into this world. And you really, I think it's so noble to be there for that and not run out.
We find that there are many teen dads that are stepping up to the plate to take responsibility as a father.
Many of them either remain anonymous or they don't even get to that point. If the female gets pregnant, they would usually opt not to have the baby. They would decide on an abortion instead.
Well, my one friend found out he was going to be a dad, and then he just stopped talking to the girl, and I thought that was really disrespectful.
They don't want to raise a child that young, and so they just move on with their lives.
They might not be ready for the job of being a father, since they want to be kids and they want to enjoy what they're doing, and they don't want to have to take that responsibility.
It depends on the person. I mean, a lot of fathers are stepping up, but then a lot of them are trying to avoid the situation.
And it's half that do step up to their game, take care of their son, and there's other guys that just don't care about their child.
Some people try their best to get a job and take care of him and try to raise him the right way. It depends on the personalities.
I think that everybody should step up to the plate and just own up and be a man and just, take care of what you did, because you did it, No little kid games no more, you know what I mean?
You know, it sounds like most teenage dads, I mean, from what we've seen over there, if they decide to step up to the challenge, they really do enjoy being a father and the blessings of fatherhood. So.
I think that we have to really provide some support for teen dads, especially as a church which stands up for life. We need to look past the judgment on the dad and help the teenage dads as they struggle to be good fathers.
I think we should have the churches have mentoring programs for the teenage fathers, like have other fathers come in and show the teenage fathers like how to be a father, like to change a diaper, to disciplining. That would really help them, I would think.
A good role model that teen fathers could have is St. Joseph, because even though he wasn't Jesus' biological father, he was really there to teach him his faith and teach him how to do a trade like carpentry.
The people who go to church could make donations for the teenage fathers to help them, or like babysit maybe one night or something.
Owning up to our actions and not running away isn't always easy, but it's the first step in dealing with the situation.
Next, Giovanni tells us how he took a big step by telling his mom that his girlfriend was pregnant.
And how important it was to him to have the help and support of his family.
My girlfriend, she got into a fight with her mom. I had to go find her, but it was late at night and I was very scared. So I walked up into my mom's room, and when I told her, well, she was upset, and I told her how I felt and I had to go find her, and she just supported me. She was shocked, but she supported me and she wanted me to go try to look for my girlfriend. There's a lot I changed about my life. I used to always go out with my friends and didn't care about trying to work for money, but now all I do is every chance I get to spend with my daughter, that's who I spend it with. I try to find as many jobs as I can to help her. My mother and my father, they were my strongest supporters. They helped me through a lot. My grandmother also helped me. My mom supported me with, she helped get my daughter some clothes, to get her food, and help with the money. My father, every time she needed diapers or she needed clothes, he provided as much money as he could give me. My grandmother helped watch her if I needed something to be done, and they've all been there for me. For other young men, my advice is that they should never give up. They should try as hard as they can to stay there for their daughter or son, because when not having them in their life will come back to them in the end.
Because the mom of Giovanni's girlfriend was not supportive of her pregnancy, she had to seek help at a crisis pregnancy center.
There are many places where teen parents who find themselves overwhelmed and alone can find support, like Catholic Charities and Birthright.
There are always people willing to lend a hand.
Our culture seems to have a double standard when it comes to teenagers and pregnancy.
The young woman often bears a disproportionate share of the burden and faces ridicule and shame,
while attitudes about the young man and expectations of his responsibility can just vary widely.
Let's go back to the teens on the street and find out how they think our culture views teen dads in comparison to teenage moms.
I think our culture treats teen fathers differently because I feel like people think that they just got the girl pregnant, where the mother actually takes care of it and the father sometimes leaves a picture.
You treat them differently because they kind of blame it on them.
I think that it's very biased. I think that it's a stereotype that teen mothers are more qualified. You know, not just qualified, but just more able to take care of a kid while they're still teenagers than teen fathers are.
I think people have more sympathy on teen moms than teen dads.
They probably just think they're all like jerks and don't care.
Typically though, the stereotype is the woman gets knocked up and she gets left with the baby. So I think if you do find a teen father, that's something very, very noble that they're sticking through.
Giovanni wants to be there for his daughter Naomi.
His father is not around for him growing up, and he wants things to be different for his daughter.
Next, he describes the characteristics of a good father and how he was inspired by the ultimate father, the first person in the Trinity, God our Father.
I really didn't have a father. He left me when I was young. My mom had to raise me, and when my mom was telling me the stories of my father when I was growing up, he was real abusive, and I don't want to be that type of father. I want to be there for my daughter. I want to support her, because it was very hard for me living without a father, and I don't want that for my daughter.